Oh, yeah. You know what? CJ dropped a video. We're gonna watch this.
Shut
If you like Star Wars, this is for you. This is for you. This is some banger shit. I'm gonna turn it down.
your clank ass up, B1.
I got this!
Ah!
Something's
Damn.
wrong with him. That's not human, man. You're not regular, man.
Come here, boy!
Fuck!
Nigga was the devil, man.
Actual
All
menaces.
right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to a brand new series on the channel, The Forbidden Files. Now, let me quickly explain to y'all what this is. These are not trials. These are files in cases for characters that, quite honestly, don't even need a trial. This
Right.
is the new tier called the Forbidden Tier, and it is strictly reserved for legends of the game. And we're starting this series off with a character that was so disgusting.
For those who don't know, this specific iteration of Star Wars was done by Genndy Tartakovsky, who did Primal, Samurai Jack, Powerpuff Girls, Dexter's Lab, the Clone Wars. Man, he's done so many fucking cartoons at this point. Regardless, if you like his work, Primal is getting another season. They're bringing Spear back from the dead. So, you should check that out. It's gonna be sick.
Disgustingly broken, he had to get nerfed. And that is none other than 2003 General Grievous. This nigga Grievous in 03 was the devil in animated form. Niggas talk about 03 Grievous like niggas talk about Vaughn. Like, this dude was a Jedi killing machine that was non-force sensitive, by the way. Like, for real.
Yeah, he was not force sensitive. He was fucking built to kill Jedi.
Ass, bro. If he wanted you out of there, he'd go do it himself, on feet by
Look at that
himself.
shit,
The
bro.
nigga straight up had to go. And let me just give y'all a
Just flailing his feet around, gripping those sabers.
warning right now before we even start. If you have only seen Grievous from Revenge of the Sith in 3D Clone Wars and have never seen this man in the 2D version, then woo, you're in for a ride. So let's not waste no more time. Without further ado. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen. Case 1, sliming out multiple Jedi at once. Now, this right here was Grievous's first appearance in any type of Star Wars media. And man, I'll tell you, boy, this on record has to be one
Like, bro is an animal. Bro is literally built like an
of
animal.
the craziest character debuts of all time. So this is how this went down. While Anakin and Obi-Wan was finishing up a mission on this one planet, they get hailed from this one Jedi Master. And this man is fighting for his life and panicking. Bro was on the line like, General Kenobi, we need immediate evac. This new droid general, he's unstoppable. Oh God, what the hell? And the next thing that you see when they swap to that planet is this man falling over and dying, and Grievous stopping the communicator in the ground. The first time you ever catch a glimpse of this demon is him booming a Jedi Master.
That is... Oh, that is terrifying, dude. Holy shit.
Not just a regular Jedi Knight, a whole ass master. That is fucking horrifying. Now let's continue. The other Jedi that are with the master that just got boomed are being completely surrounded by an army of droids. So while they had them completely surrounded at this abandoned ship, Grievous makes them cease fire. And after he made all the droids stop shooting, this man got on the mic and said,
Attention, Jedi scum! You are surrounded by the glorious Separatist army! Now, I could have my character swift tease you right now, but where will be the fun in that? So I, General Grievous, will personally come in there and slam you niggas out myself!
God damn.
Prepare yourself for your impending doom, Jedi!
so after Grievous
He's fucking terrifying,
drops
dude.
the mic and proclaims that he's gonna slime out the Jedi himself. They all start taking position and getting prepared for this nigga because Grievous is walking towards them right now. And let me say this real quick. The Jedi in here are no pushovers, especially these three. Longhead ass Cjdachamp, who is a member of the Jedi Council, Shakti, who was a pain in the ass to fight in The Force Unleashed, and Ayla Secura, the alien shorty that took like 10,000 backshots from clones in Revenge of the Sith. Like, these are known Jedi masters. And the fact that this man Grievous had this long head ass motherfucker sweating bullets is insane. So while Grievous was approaching them, all they could hear was his footsteps.
I would have shat my pants, bro. That motherfucker is at least 10 feet tall. I would have shat my fucking pants, bro. I would have been murked. That is scary. He hunts like an animal, bro.
Echoing around the wreckage. They couldn't tell where this dude was at all. So this is where the insanity begins. This poor Padawan that looks like Shaggy, and believe it or not, his name is actually Shaggy. Not gonna lie, when I first watched this, I was like, why does this dude look like Shaggy? And boy, oh boy, come to find out, this actually is a Jedi version of Shaggy. Like, that is just hilarious to me, bro.
Crazy.
But anyways, while Grievous's footsteps got louder and louder, Shaggy, being the same scary ass nigga in Star Wars as well, ended up losing his composure. So he runs outside just to get squashed by this nigga Grievous.
Fuck! That stance is one of dominance, bro.
Yeah, R.I.P. Shaggy. That is one of the most insane deaths I've ever seen. This nigga Grievous jumped from the top rope and squashed him. Knocked the sonic rings out that nigga. If you pay attention very closely, his entire body...
Yeah, you see his hand is the last thing to go. He just, like, gets atomized, bro. Just fucking disintegrated.
Disappeared. That means the impact of that fall was so hard, his carcass was squished into the ground. His body was literally unrecoverable. So after Grievous squashed Shaggy, he starts towering over all the Jedi and laughing at their asses. Then shows them his 10-foot mechanical body and then just disappears. These niggas were shook because this just turned into a survival horde. Grievous really started playing Dead by Daylight with these niggas, just toying with them while he was ready to hunt them down one by one. So while they were moving back with their backs against each other, you see this nigga appear out of the shadows like Batman hanging from the roof. Dude is literally looking over them, stalking his prey. So Grievous finally decided he was ready to get active. He drops from the roof and starts going to town on these niggas, fighting the whole 1v5 and enjoying every second of it. And dude, this man is a literal cheat code. He can turn his body into a Beyblade. This is
like, that is insane, bro. From what I read, he can swing his sabers 4,000 times per second. Per second. God, I would be dead within, like, the first encounter.
the most unfair shit I've ever seen. Like, for real, how the hell are you supposed to fight a 10-foot cyborg that can move his body like a Beyblade? Oh, and guess what? That's not all he can do, because this is about to get even more insane. He started breakdancing on their asses, fighting them with his feet.
His fucking feet! And mind you, his joints can move 360 degrees, every single one of them. God.
No way in hell a 10-foot cyborg should be moving like this. No, twin, nuh-uh. I'll be for real, bro. If I saw this shit, I'd put the saber down, bro. I wholeheartedly understand why George Lucas nerfed this nigga. So as the fight continued, long-head-ass Cjdachamp tried to force push, bro, but Grievous dodged it and landed on the side of the roof. So this is when Grievous decided to start singling them out. He jumps back in and hits the ground so hard he made a smoke screen. So this wildebeest-looking nigga decided to go in and try to fight him one-on-one, but Grievous pulls off a crazy move. He blocks his attack, and when old boy tried to swing at him again, he dropped his saber, cut him across the middle with his green one, then just slimed this nigga with his other one. Bro boomed that musty-ass wildebeest immediately when he was 1v1 with him. So after the wildebeest Yeti hybrid got boomed,
He just be styling on him too.
Shang-Chi decides to throw a bunch of scrap at him, but Grievous ends up cutting through all of it. Then this one Jedi tries to pull up on him. I'ma refer to him as Yeet because the nigga got a turban on his head. Grievous grabs his elongated head with his grippers and slams bro's head into the ground.
Nah, you got it, G. I'm gone. I'm gone. Fuck that shit, bro.
Breaking his neck on impact. Bro didn't stand a chance. He didn't even get to swing the saber. His last seconds of life was him getting his face gripped by this man's foot, then eating dirt right after that. But old boy wasn't the only person to get his face gripped, because after Grievous boomed him, Ayla came in trying to swing, but Grievous gripped her.
Did you see that shit? Bro just fucking backflipped and grabbed her face by with his foot. He didn't even drop the other dude. He's like, nah, let me flex on these hoes real quick.
Face mid-air, then swung both of their bodies
God.
across the back with his feet. That has got to be one of the most insane ways to slime a nigga. Sending them flying with your feet is OD. So the last two Jedi remaining were Longhead Kiadi and Shakti. So Grievous ended up zoning them both out of their range. Then he drop kicks Kiadi's ass across the stage, taking him out of the fight. And this just left Grievous one-on-one with Shakti. And he was pushing her shit. She was panicking, barely holding on and blocking his strikes. So he ended up knocking the saber out of her hands. Then he comes in to swing on her, but Shakti barely blocks this with the force and gets sent flying into a pillar, and she is out of commission. So the last man standing was Kiadi Mundi with his elongated dingling head. So
you gotta stop making fun of this man's head, bro. Like, stop making fun of this man's head. You were getting crazy with it.
Grabs Shakti's saber and picked it up with his foot. And he was staring at this nigga Kiadi, laughing at his ass like,
You fool! With your elongated head, I've been trained in your Jedi arts by Count Dooku.
So after Grievous finished taunting this man, he ends up pushing Kiadi and knocking the saber out of his hands immediately. And Grievous ends up...
Look at this man. Look at how he's positioned. This is an animal. This is an animal.
Going in for the kill. But at the last millisecond, Kiadi ends up getting bailed out by the clones. And the clones looked at that boy Grievous and said, Troopers, blast that half-breed clanker. So they start shooting at Grievous, and Grievous hits the dash, while the clones are blasting every single piece of ammo that they have at this man. So while they continue trying to shoot bro down, Grievous decides to drop in and starts to murder all of the clones in front of him. So
and those aren't regular fucking stormtroopers either. Those are fucking ARC troopers. ARC troopers are insane, bro. They are like top of the line as far as fucking clones go.
After Grievous ended up mowing down the whole front line, a whole gunship ends up pulling up right in front of his face. And this is when Grievous finally decided to make a strategic retreat. So Grievous ends up hitting the dash again. That man is out of there. I know his 40-yard dash speed is fast as hell. And Kiadi and the clones end up retreating. So yeah, that right there was General Grievous's first ever appearance. So let's review this carnage that he caused. He crushed Shaggy into oblivion, put Wildebeest nigga up on a shirt, gripped Yeet with his feet, and broke his neck, and threw their asses across the ship with his feet, and damn near killing Shakti along with Kiadi Mundi. Oh, and I forgot old boy at the beginning that got boomed on the communicator, along with his entire battalion. So yeah, this man packed up 4 Jedi, put Ayla and Shakti on a stretcher, and had Kiadi's ass rethinking life. This is one of the nastiest debuts a character has ever had to.
Scary motherfucker. Grievous is not one to be fucked with.
So yeah, and guess what? That was only case 1. We still got another case left. And boy, let me tell you, it gets even crazier. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, let's move on to case 2. The siege on Coruscant. Now, what you're about to see are the events that basically open up episode 3. Even though this series is now considered Legends continuity, this is still kind of what basically happened. So how this went down. This evil-ass conniving nigga Palpatine sent this man Grievous to invade Coruscant and capture him. So the Separatists end up pulling up to Coruscant, and a massive battle just ensues. Now, before we get to Grievous, we gotta take a detour real quick, because this is one of the hardest moments in Star Wars history. This nigga Captain Fordo was popping off this battle. Nigga turned into the Doomslayer.
Fordo was a badass in this show, bro. He did not play around.
Let's look at this shit. Him and his squad are being overran, but he didn't care. Bro, boomed the battle droid in front, turned around, smacked this nigga, dumped the clip in his ass, then he throws his gun at this droid, blows his head off, then picked up his blaster in his left hand and started mowing these niggas down. Like, nah, bro. You know
that's some badass shit, bro.
this man was top of the leaderboard in every single Battlefront lobby. Bro just dropped off 20 droids in the span of 20 seconds. So while the battle continued and Captain Fordo was running up the scoreboard, we see this nigga Palpatine watching the battle and sipping tea, not giving a care in the world. This man doesn't care at all what is happening right now. He's just
welcome back from the ads, guys. Man, he was minding his own
looking
goddamn
at all
business.
this shit like, good, I orchestrated all this shit. I don't give a damn what's happening, nigga. So while Palpatine was enjoying his tea, Shock T, a bunch of troopers and 2 Jedi end up pulling up with her. And they're trying to get this man Palpatine to safety. But Palpatine was just stalling and acting like, oh, Master Shock T, greetings. Would you like to enjoy some tea with me while I watch the battle? And she like, no, old ass nigga, I'm trying to get your ass to safety.
Right.
But while they continued to stay in this room, they started hearing footsteps around the room. And when they started getting louder, Shock T knew immediately who this was.
Get down, Mr. President!
Hi, how are you?
So he breaks in the window, letting himself right in the room. And look at this mechanical, lanky ass nigga ore farming. Bro really had to hit a hole.
Just perches like a goddamn creature.
JoJo's pose before he started dropping niggas off. So this nigga Grievous looking at Palpatine like,
Greetings, Master. I've come to pick you up.
Shut the fuck up. You mechanical Nimrod. They're not supposed to know that shit till the 3rd movie.
I'm sorry, Lucius.
Now capture me and make it look believable. So Grievous tries to grab him, but Shock T pulls
Yeah, Grievous doesn't know that Palpatine and Sidious are the same person.
him away. And they end up taking Palpatine, and Grievous is surrounded by about 20 clones. But bro didn't care that he was surrounded at all. Dude was actually ecstatic, because now he could let loose and kill some niggas. So the clones start firing, and Grievous jumps up and immediately starts mowing every clone in that room down. Look at what he does to this one dude. He grabs him and plants him on the wall, then just slices him down the middle. And I'm not gonna lie, this next guy got done dirty even worse.
Bro got grabbed with the foot and launched like a goddamn catapult.
Grievous slices bro's gun in half. Then he grabs him by the leg with his own leg, then throws him out the window.
Like, it's a split-second movement, too.
Nah, bro, that is one of the worst ways to ever go out. Bro grabbed his leg with his own leg, then sent him flying, and he's gonna fall for like 100 floors before he goes splat. Oh, man, rip that guy, bro. So as he continued to murder everybody in this room and make this clone look up to the sky to see God, we get to one of the nastiest kills of all time. Grievous grabs this one clone by his face with his grippers, then slams his skull into the wall. Oh, dear.
God, his skull is shattered in there, bro. It's shattered. That's gonna be at least 1,000 pounds of force.
Dear God, that might be worse than the guy that fell 100 floors. If you look to the right, you can see the horror on this one clone's face. You don't even see his face, but you can tell just by the look. If I saw one of my homies get slimed like that, I'ma be real, I wouldn't know what to do.
No,
At this point, just put the gun down and accept your fate, or just run. Those are your only options. Look what happens to this royal guard. Bro grabs him with his grippers, starts using him as a body shield, then slams his body on the ground. These clones are having some of the most horrific deaths
Bro, bro. This is fucking disgusting.
Ever seen, because this is just getting ridiculous. So Grievous just continued to murder everyone in that room. Those clones stood zero chance against this man. They were literally used as meat shields so Shakti and them could get away. So while they was waiting by the elevator, all they could hear were just the screams of everybody getting murdered in there. Look at this one Jedi. He's spamming the button trying to get the elevator to come up. This dude is horrified of what he's hearing in there. So when the screams stopped, they knew the head start that they got was over.
Yeah.
Grievous busted through the door on all fours.
He's a fucking animal, dude. Look at him. Look
the
at
head
him.
Start that they got was over. Grievous busted through the door
Look!
on all fours, running at them like a rabid dog while dodging multiple force pushes. So Shakti ends up finally hitting them, buying them some time to get in the elevator, but that didn't put Grievous down at all. So later on after they escape, they're all taking this high-speed elevator down to the ground. So they thought they were safe. They thought they had time to breathe, but that lasted for a whopping 10 seconds. They look to the right,
Bro!
and this nigga Grievous is running down the building.
Bro was like, hello, motherfucker. Like, come on, Grievous. Stop.
Oh my God! He is running down a building, keeping up with a high-speed elevator. Like, no, bro, no, man. This has got to be another reason why George Lucas nerfed this, man, because this is ridiculous. So this one clone said, nah, twin, fuck this shit. He just decides to shoot a rocket launcher at him. And I'm not gonna lie, was that warranted?
Yes!
I mean, they gotta try something to stop this man. So when they finally reach the ground floor, they are surrounded by a bunch of super battle droids. And Grievous just drops from the building right in front of them. So Mr. Manslug nigga decides to use a force howl, but Grievous was prepared this time. He uses those damn grippers.
And he tucks his arms in and his neck in like a goddamn turtle. And looks like a beetle.
Digs in the ground and starts moving through the house. They was trying every trick in the book and couldn't stop this man at all. So they just decided to run. There was no point in fighting him. So while they was on the run, Grievous's Magna Guards end up killing the final two clones. So the only ones that were left standing protecting Palpatine was Shakti and
Hi, Sokka. Yeah.
the other two Jedi. So they were having to run for their lives through the city while Grievous and his Magna Guards were chasing them. And this whole chase was just insane.
Hello there.
They went from fighting on a ship to Grievous just destroying it, making it crash in the middle of the city. Then they ended up fighting in a subway station. And I'm not gonna lie, this next scene had to be one of the most terrifying scenes.
Is that the Council of Villains or something like that? I mean, yeah, it's Cjdachamp, but this is the forbidden tier. This is for people that don't need a trial. And this is about General Grievous.
Of all time, when they thought they were safe behind this train, this man Grievous pops up right behind them.
Surprise,
Jump scare
motherfucker.
of doom. So he starts walking them down and pushing them back, then kicks both of the two Jedi to the side. So he ends up walking up to Shakti and telling her,
Salutations, Jedi scum! You may have escaped from me before, but today you will be slammed!
but Shakti ends up pulling off a 10,000 IQ big brain play. She used the Force to wrap this man's cape
Bro cannot help but aura farm.
around the train. So when the train was ready to go, Grievous just gets
Yoink!
yoinked.
Bye-bye! Bye!
And this finally brought them some time to escape from this man. So about a good 20 minutes passed, and they think that they finally shaken Grievous. Shakti ended up splitting up from him, and the other two Jedi ended up taking Palpatine to his bunker so he could be safe. So when they got in there and locked all the doors, they thought that they were in the clear. But they were soon about to realize not even getting yoinked by a high-speed train would stop this nigga. Grievous was waiting for them in that room the entire time. So he jumps down and starts fighting the other two Jedi.
Just
And while he
appeared.
was doing that, look at this evil, conniving motherfucker going back like, good, Grievous, good. Slime those niggas, Grievous. Put them on a shirt. So while Grievous continued to fight
Nasty
them,
work.
they end up getting stuck in a lightsaber clash. And this is when Grievous finally revealed his trump card. The thing that he's most famous for. He pulls out the other two arms and starts using all four of them holes. And when he was using all four of his arms, they stood no chance. Grievous cuts both of them down in a heartbeat.
Damn.
And it was game over for both them niggas. So
Rest in
Grievous
peace,
finds
guys.
Palpatine, and he looking at him like,
I've done it more serious. Are you impressed?
about fucking time, you half-breed clank. Now get me on the ship and let's fucking go. Okay, on a real note, Grievous actually never knew that Palpatine was Sidious. That is still hilarious to how oblivious he was to him. But
Right.
anyways, Shakti finally ends up making it to the room, but she's too late. She sees the other two Jedi dead, and Grievous holding up Palpatine, and Palpatine looking at her like, oh, hello, Shakti, dear. I'm having a little trouble here. Can you please help me? So Shakti runs at Grievous, but he hits her saber to the side and just chokes her.
Damn.
So he takes her saber, adds it to his collection, then decides to give Shakti some actual shock. He just electrocutes the hell out of her and just ties her up and leaves her there.
What is wrong with you?
So Grievous ends up taking Palpatine to his ship. But before he was about to leave, my goat, Mace motherfucking Windu, nigga, came down and looked at Grievous like, you a fake demon twin, and crushes this man's sternum. Look how he had this man Grievous leaning back. Lord have mercy. And this is the incident in this continuity that gave him that iconic cough.
It's the first time we've ever seen Grievous change expression
So
as
after
well.
the ship takes off and Grievous escapes, Revenge of the Sith starts. But yeah, that's basically the end of Case 2. So let's look at our final Carnage report for Case 2. This man launched a full invasion on Coruscant, broke into the Chancellor's room and slimed like 20 clones in the most brutal way fashion, then decided to chase the Jedi throughout the whole city, then kill 2 of them and knock out Shakti for a second time. This is some of the most wicked work of all time.
It's obscene, bro. He's basically an android. Yeah,
And
he
that
is.
is the end of our first ever Forbidden File. I hope everybody can clearly see and understand.
Yeah, no. Grievous is a fucking demon, dude. He's a fucking menace. God damn.